On today's episode of Succulent Q&A, we are going to talk about Echeveria flowers. So someone asked me about Echeveria flowers on another video of mine and whether I can cover what you're meant to do with them. So I kind of already have a video about this. It talks about succulents in general, but I just thought that it might be a good reminder to do another one because it is something that comes up very, very often, especially this time of year when most of the Echeveria are flowering. And it's not just Echeveria that this advice will apply to, it is pretty much all succulents. So I'm going to kind of talk about Echeveria, but you can apply this to anything else. Most Echeveria are not grown for their flowers. It is mostly foliage and the arrangement of the leaves that has made them so popular, but the flowers are quite amazing. Now just have a look at some of these. They really, really do look stunning. Another thing about flowering, and this applies to all of the plants, it does take energy from the plant, but I don't think that is a good enough reason to cut them off. So when you see advice about succulent flowers, one of the main cases for cutting them off is to not take away growing energy from the plant, but I don't really see that much of a difference in growth or in pulp production when I cut flowers off and when I leave them. And I can do these comparisons because I don't just grow one of each succulent, I have got like thousands. So I can compare and contrast the rate of growth and the pulp production of the same plant one with flowers and one without. And honestly, I can't really see that much of a difference in them. Now, the only reason why I cut flowers of Echeveria succulents off or any other succulent are aphids. And let me just show you. Aphids are these tiny little pests that really do love succulents, and they are incredibly active when flowers come out. And it is not just Echeveria flowers, it is most succulent flowers. There are only a few where aphids don't usually attack, and that's kalanchoe and aloe. I haven't really seen aphids on those, but most other flowers do get attacked by aphids, and they come in great numbers. They can spread really fast, and they not only eat flowers, but they also eat the leaves. So once you have them on the flowers and the plant stops flowering, they will move on to the plant below, and they can do great damage. So from the flowers they will secrete what is called honeydew, and it is this dark liquid, and it will drop on the leaves. It's a little bit sticky and it's black most of the time, and it leaves a permanent mark. Their bites will do damage and leave little tiny marks on the leaves, but pretty much also their poop and whatever they secrete. And it can really ruin a look of an Echeveria, especially something like this where the leaves are pale. It is very, very noticeable. And I'll see if I can find another one. So here, this is a Echeveria, and I've already cut the flowers off on this one, but look, this is all due to aphids. And sometimes it does come off when you rub it off, but then you're also damaging the farina and the leaves. And yeah, so aphids are the one main reason why I would recommend to cut leaves off. But if you're like me and you really want to enjoy the flowers, you can always just look at them every couple of days and just scan for any signs of aphids. I usually do this every 2-3 days, just go around, have a look at the flowers, enjoy them, and if I see any signs of aphids, I cut that whole stalk off immediately and have a good look through the rest of the stalk. So most Echeveria will have multiple flower stalks coming out, and sometimes only one gets affected really badly, and it will be enough to just remove that one stalk. Yeah, just have a good look at all the other ones just to make sure, because once they kind of settle in, they will spread to other plants, and although they can be killed with a pyrethrum spray quite easily, they will still leave marks, and some succulents can get their leaves burned by the pyrethrum spray. It is very likely that aphids will be mostly on this part of the flower, so just in between here, and it is not very common to find them further down the stalk. They can spread, especially when the infestation has gotten worse, but most of the time they will be hiding in here. And another telltale sign of aphids on your flowers are ants. So if you see ants crawling up your plants and up the flower stalks, it is almost a given that you will find something there. It may also be mealybugs. They do like the fresh growth of flowers, and this is why aphids like them as well, because this growth is very, very fresh and easy for them, for their little suckers to penetrate into the plant and feed off it. And it is another reason why you're most likely to find aphids on the youngest leaves in the middle, because they are the most succulent, as it were. So when you're removing leaves, I usually just cut off kind of halfway through, or as you can go as close to the leaves as possible. I don't really do that just so I don't damage anything on the rosette. You can I can snap it. If you've got nails, you can just pinch them off. They're quite easy. And eventually, in a couple of months' time, this stalk will go a little bit wooden, or it will feel a bit like straw, so it will dry out completely, and it is then very, very easy to just pull out without any damage being done to the leaves. So if you are happy to wait a couple of months, this will be easy, very easy to remove. Often aphids will hide out on the freshest little buds. So look at this, they're just there, oh, little buggers. And this is really close to the leaf, so I just kind of try and pull that off. So I can see one little aphid just surviving this. I'm going to squash him with something. But yeah, this is the main thing that they like. So if it is close to the rosette or to the leaves, just try and pull out as much as you can. I wouldn't really be going in there with scissors, because you might really damage the leaves. It's super easy to do. I've done it so many times, and this is why I use my hands. Now, if you want to enjoy the flowers but don't want to attract aphids to your succulents, you can cut off the stalks when they are just about opening the flowers. And oh look, there's some green ones here. I didn't even see those. You can cut these off, and they make excellent cut flowers, so you can just pop them in a vase and enjoy them inside. They last quite a while, they last a couple of weeks, and yeah. And that is it. I hope this video was useful. As I said, you can apply this to any succulent, not just Echeveria. If you have anything to add, you can let us know in the comments, and I will see you all next time.